The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, guys. I am a minute late. Tony, good morning. Randy, Sue, good morning in Iowa. Guys, very good morning to you. It is Jim, good morning, Monday, October 19th. Glenn, good morning. And we are back at it, guys. We will have a Mimi, good morning, fairly packed house today or this week. You guys that are members will notice that the link is only good for this week. Ordinarily, I do them for 2 week segments, but we have at the moment I have 98 trials this week. So I did the link for a week because ordinarily, just so you know, and I don't mean to inconvenience my members. I don't mean to inconvenience you guys. Ordinarily, I do them for. There is guys. You can hear me okay? Correct? Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. Hang on one second, guys. Ordinarily, I do them, guys, for a couple of weeks at a time. But and what I do is 33 years ago, stock market crash of 87. I lived it. I was there. I was a broker. Ordinarily, what I do is I cancel the trials links at the end of the week, but with almost 100 this week, it would be astronomical. So I did it for a week, guys. So for my members, you will need to get the link next week again out of the member area. For those of you that are here for trial, I want to welcome you to the room. Obviously, you've received your links. Okay. I've also, with those links, I sent basically an overview of the room and what we do in the room. And I'll wait a little bit before I go through that. I'll do it again for those that maybe didn't read it or didn't get it. I will be happy to answer some questions as well. For my members, I currently have my robots on the euro, the pound, well into longs, and silver well into longs. I doubt we're going to get any trades unless we get a pretty steep pullback or reversal in the dollar index, which is not likely today. I mean, unless they come out and say there's no there's not going to be any stimulus. You guys can see in the lower right-hand corner, the dollar index has sold off precipitously overnight. Trump had some comments relative to stimulus. I'm sure you guys saw it. He called into a radio station, I think in Wisconsin, and said that he was willing to go even bigger than what the Democrats were asking for, and he could quickly convince Republicans to do so. The markets are reacting to that news, or have reacted. As we come into the session, let me quickly take a look at the markets. Here's where we are at the moment, guys. Dow futures are currently up 160 points, about just under 0.6%. S&P is up 24, up about 0.7. NASDAQ is up 0.9 at up 108. Russell is up about 9 points, up 5.5, call it 0.5, 0.5%. VIX futures are currently down. VIX futures are currently down 1.5%, and VIX cash is off about even. Guys, give me 1 minute. 1 minute but also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the futures and options markets. Do not trade with money you can't afford to lose. This website is neither a solicitation nor an offer to buy or sell futures or options. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed on the website. Past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. CFTC Rule 4.41, hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Since trades have not been executed, results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those shown. As well, past performance is not indicative of future results. For those of you that are both members and or here on trial, I do trade a live account. That does not mean that I take every single trade live. And it does not mean that if I'm taking a trade live, that there is any more or less credence on that trade than there would be if it were a simulated trade. So trade accordingly. We're getting awfully close to the election. I expect volatility will increase. Todd, good morning. Quickly taking a look at the overnight. Let's see what we got here, guys. About 700 net buyers, just over 700 net buyers currently in the NASDAQ. Gold has 17, almost 1,750 now net buyers in gold. Listening to the news, nothing. Small net buyers right now in the YM. 4,500 net. Tony, good morning. 4,500 net buyers in the ES. Silver has large buyers, 600 buyers in silver. So let me just show you guys. Here's silver. We're not going to get a trade here in silver. This is the robot. Silver did take a short, what looks like at 10:30 last night. Targets were hit. It's taken a long this morning at 1:43 this morning. Targets are hit. We're still in an uptrend in silver. We're not going anywhere in silver. Same thing with the euro. Here is the 6E, fellas. 4 o'clock this morning long. Still going. We will not see a trade there. And here is the 6B. Same look. Again, dollar's getting tanked. We will not see another trade here, at least today. Gold, if you look at gold, here's my gold on a 15-minute. It took this long at 2,300 hours. Gone. You never know. All we need is a tweet. All we need is a comment. I thought I read something over the weekend that Nancy Pelosi gave Republicans 48 hours to come up with a deal. In any event, hope you guys had a great weekend. Guys, I'm just giving my trials a little bit of time to come in because inevitably I will have to explain and re-explain. Gold has broken out, guys, above 19.3. I will have to explain and re-explain the room, so I figure I'll do it once. In the meantime, let's see what I can find for some trades. NASDAQ should come down a bit from this 14 level. Maybe back to 7. Yes. I've got nothing. ES support currently is down at 86. I do have a 91 target, but I'd like to see if we can get a pullback. Gold is melting straight up, fellas. We would need a pullback to get long. 19.3 was the breakout. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. Hey, Reg, let's see here. Well, you made it into the room, so you're doing it right. Yeah, it's exactly right, Reg. Anybody short the NASDAQ at that 14 area? 7 or so is your first target, maybe 8. Okay, Brian. 7 or 8 area for a first. It's into support here. It could bounce, but it should make it to 8. Yeah. So, Craig, I couldn't tell you the last year that I held a position overnight. I couldn't tell you the last year. I mean, I'm not a position trader. I'm not holding positions overnight. So, again, and I'll get into this robot. You know, you're here for the week, and the easy part to explain is I'll give you kind of an overview for those of you that are here. The room is comprised of 2 separate and distinct type of trading. The primary focus is on the robots. Okay. And when the screens you're looking at are not my robots or robotic trading, right? Those are just a 15 range chart. I have a VWAP, 1, 2, and 3 standard deviations and small moving averages, right? Those are my preferred charts to trade, which are a 15 range. I trade those in conjunction with order flow. So the 2 aspects of the room are going to be order flow and robot. So when the robots, first off, if the robots are going to fire a trade, I will then put the robot on the screen for you guys to watch. I'm watching right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different charts with robots. Similar instruments, but maybe different time frames. So for instance, on gold, I watch gold. Hang on one second, guys. Hang on. So when the robots fire a trade, for instance, gold, as I was saying, I watch on a couple of different time frames. I have a very small 377 tick set up with the robot. I have a 3-minute, and then I have a 15-minute. The ES I trade on a 15-minute and on a Unirenko. So when you're factoring in, now they don't all take trades or will all take trades at the same time, right? Different time frames, different settings. They'll take trades at different times, but for different purposes. So that's the first aspect of the room. The second aspect of the room is going to be order flow. I have traded and taught order flow for years, and I will offer order flow trades, especially when the bots are quiet, in an effort to, enhance profitability. I know most of you guys are here for the robot, and here is what we're up against in the robot today. Silver, which is already well into a long. So unless we get a pullback in silver, we're not going to get a trade. Hang on, guys. Hang on, guys. Apologize, guys, for the interruptions. It's Monday, and as I said, we have about 100 trials this week. And as the emails come in, I send the links. Now, obviously, those of you guys that are in, you've received your link. For some reason, others have not, and I'm getting calls and emails and texts for that. So, in any event, let's see here. Do you have? So the Heim the robot is offered for sale, and at the end of the week, I'll go through all of that. I'll give details on Friday. Yep. Sure. So for you guys that are on trial, let me just kind of give you the process. You guys sign up for a trial. I get your name. I then send out 2 emails. I sent out an email which gives an overview of the room, brief overview of the room, and I sent out the access link. By virtue of the fact that you're in the room, you guys have received the access link, right? I then also put your name in Benchmark email. Benchmark email, much like Constant Contact or anything, is just an email service. So all of you that are on trial have been entered into my email. At the end of every session, which generally concludes about 11:30 in the morning with the closing of Europe, I will then convert this recording. I'm recording the session. I will then convert the recording, and then I will send you all out an email. And in that email, along with the recording, will be a brief overview of the day, and then it will also talk about your membership options, right, of which there are several, all including the bot. NASDAQ, guys, got your first target, 14 down to about 8. Small trade, 6 handles. That was an order flow trade. Oh, you're very welcome. And guys, I appreciate, for those of you that are here on trial, I appreciate you being here. You'll, I think, enjoy the week. I think you'll enjoy the robot. We've now been using the robot for, well, better than a year. We started a year ago, early August. We now have some 550 users of the robot, just under, I think. So what I'm going to do, because this session is recorded, I know we have no news today. It's Monday. We use now nothing. I don't think we have any earnings of IBM today. Let's see what else we might have this week, which will make it interesting. Xilinx, nothing. Tesla tomorrow. We have Tesla tomorrow. I'm sure Robinhood guys are loaded up on calls. Intel on Wednesday. That's all I see. Hang on one second, fellas. So we don't. We have no news today. So let me do this. Let me briefly give you guys a quick overview of the robot. This is just one of our robots. Powell speaking. You didn't get a second email? Boy, so weird. I mean, it happens every week, Chris, and I don't know why. I send them from my Gmail account. But in any event, guys, very briefly, this is our robot. You can see it would have taken along this morning at 8:09, just after we came in. This is on the 3-minute. It's already hit targets: 8 ticks, 16 ticks, and 24 ticks, and still going. So the robot, when the parameters are met, and I'll explain the parameters. When the parameters are met, the robot will automatically execute a trade, long or short. It will also identify targets, as you can see on the screen. We have 3 targets identified by the robot. Those targets and the corresponding stop, which you can see was at 16 ticks on the bottom in red, those targets and stops are identified by the robot at the point of entry using average true range, and then a multiple of average true range. You'll notice that there are moving averages on the robot. The trigger is a moving average crossover. This is not, I want to stress, this is not a simplistic moving average crossover. It is a multi-time frame analysis of moving averages. So you'll notice in the left-hand corner, there are 4 charts, 4 time frames. So the moving averages on those time frames are all in the same direction. It is assessing the same moving average across those time frames. Only when parameters are met will it take a trade. Okay, so for instance, if one of those is red, which you see now, and this were to go long, it would not take a trade. It auto trails. There are, there's other bells and whistles in here, but the basic premise of the robot is it is a multi-time frame analysis of moving averages. It is the only one of its kind. For those of you guys that have looked at robotic systems in the past, you know that there are some 2,300 robots available. And if you've ever used them or own any of them or have followed any of them, then you know that they don't make money. Most of the robots do not make money. Day trading robots do not make money. Ours does. You guys will be here for the week. You will see a net aggregate total every day. I'll go over totals at 11:30. I generally run the robots from 8 a.m. Eastern. I turn my gold on, which is on. And I shut them off always by 11:30. I will turn crude on somewhere around 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. Eastern. And then I'll turn the indices on about 9:30. So just taking a look very quickly, for instance, at one of my NASDAQ charts, we got this short this morning here at 554 for targets, and it's still in shorts. So unless that flips into a long, there's not going to be a trade. So I've already suggested one order flow trade, small trade. I primarily focus my order flow trades on gold, NASDAQ, and ES. Good morning, Kath. And I will preface it for you guys that are on trial. If you want to follow along in sim or live, it's your prerogative. Minis or micros. I will preface it by saying if anyone is interested, NASDAQ is a blank or gold is a blank here. Here is your targets. Here is your stops. Todd, good morning. Very good morning to you. Good morning, John. Aloha. Wholesale trade sales for August, that will have no effect on us. 0.3%. The 3-minute is trading into all kinds of support. I'll show it throughout the week, George. No. No. Bounce back up. I'm not crazy about the short anyways. Hey, Tony. No. They're in the high probability settings are in the member area, Tony. So if you set that bot up, that should look like this. Bear with me uno momento. Here's the chart. If it goes long, it'll take that trade. 1920. MGC you're saying or GC? I mean, they're the same numbers, right? Anyways, aren't they? Steve? GC, yeah. This could get back to 20 half. I don't think it goes much further on gold than 20 half. Let's take a look. Let's take a looky-loo. I would think we're going to pop back up to 21.9. They're tough to trade when they don't move. All right, the bot's going to short. Your 3-minute is long from 16. Yeah, 16.9. Yeah, that's where mine would have taken the long too. I just didn't have the bot on. Same place. 16.9. I'd be out. So the 377 on the robot So what I'm showing you guys, for those of you that are unaware, this is order flow. It looks like this 377 tick is wanting to short. NASDAQ is in a pretty narrow dang range here, fellas. Silver might come down to 875 and bounce there. So you're looking at the bot. My 1 minute is still red, or is red. NQ. I'm not sure we lose 1900, but nothing. Guys, we're pretty slow, as you can well see. All right, so the bot is shorted, the 377 tick, 2 ECB speakers in a few minutes. I don't like this look here on order flow, but the bot is shorted on the 377 tick. Stop is set. Targets are set. Now I can manually close a trade. So for some of you guys that are concerned that possibly you can't, it's robotic and you're stuck, you're not. I don't know, Robert. I looked at the open, but I didn't turn my bots on. I can go back and look. If you give me an instrument, I can go back and look at last night. We need a break in this little 5-minute support right here. If it breaks 19, we'll get that first. We should get that first target anyways. Natural gas is along 716. Natural gas is along. If anybody is interested in that, I don't much like the stop. It's 94. Target is up near 30, 33. Come on. We're 1 tick from target here, guys. Actually, it may have hit target. 1 tick. You're 1 tick from target here. So this is kind of an annoyance of mine. So you guys, again, for purposes of the trial, you can click on the tag and you can take it off if you want. Okay? If you don't want, you come within 1 tick of your target, you want to take risk off, you can manually move that or not, your prerogative. The bot has gone break even +1, which is what I have it set to on this very small time frame. You can leave it at a trail, which would be where these red dots are. Generally speaking, in probably close to 90% of the trades, break even +1 will take you out every time, and very often go to second and third targets. Yeah, so Todd, so stops and targets, there's 2 ways to trade the robot. The robot is identifying stops and targets, not arbitrarily. but based on current market volatility. So the robot is programmed to use average true range to identify stops and targets. Okay. Now, so I have members. So here's the way the robot is programmed. You have to set a basic ATM. You have to set a basic ATM, right? So if your basic ATM is, let's just say 3 contracts, you identify 3 contracts. How many would you like to come off at target 1, target 2, target 3, whatever the case may be? Okay. The bot is then programmed to override your basic ATM strategy and then correctly plot stops and targets based on average true range. That changes from trade to trade. So if volatility spikes, so will your targets, so will your stops. Now, you don't have to use that function in the robot. You can use your own ATM. So for instance, if your ATM is a 10-tick stop and a 10-tick target, you can use that. You just merely turn that function off on the robot that overrides your ATM. We got a shot of this 17.4. The robot also has a couple of other features in it. For instance, I can set it to trade at specific times. So in any 24-hour period, I can set the robot to trade up to 3 different sessions. So for instance, I live on the East Coast. Let's say I want to catch the opening of the European Open at 3 o'clock. I put in the settings 3 a.m. until, let's just say, 5 a.m. The robot will trade for 2 hours, presuming that there's trades, and will not take a trade after 5 a.m. Let's say I have a job and I have to leave my house at 8 o'clock in the morning, but I want the robot to trade the U.S. Cash Open. I can set it for 9:30 until, say, 11:30 when Europe closes. And again, the robot will not trade before 9:30 or after 11:30. If I want to catch the close, the last hour, 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern, I put those functions in, or those times in, and the robot will only trade then from 3 to 4. It also has a daily draw and daily goal feature. So you put in numbers that are specific to you. I want to make $300 today. I'm only willing to lose $300. And I'll get into all of this throughout the week and explain different features of the bot. The first day or two, I like you guys to come in, see the bot, watch it trade. Fairly slow and uneventful morning, fellas. So far. Can you, hey Bill, can I G? I don't know what G is. All right, fellas, both targets are filled. Right now, I could had the option to move a target out, or I could trade on 3 contracts, 1, 1, and 1. I could have moved it out to 39 contacts. I'm out of the trade. Natural gas hit target, guys. Anybody take natural gas long at 16? You have your first target. Anybody take okay, guys. Oh yeah, you can run it 24 hours. Absolutely. Yeah, it's your prerogative. I don't suggest it. So we've identified times that are better than others. If you want to run it 24 hours. Hey, Jacques, nice job. Guys, if anybody took natural gas, I gave it 16. Your target is hit. First target, 30 to 33 area, hit. I would be at break even. I have a possible next target at 2783. 2783 from 2716. Trade them as you see fit. 16 would be my stop, me personally. Yeah, that's a good question. Whoever fellow investor is. No. So the robot will not kill a trade just because it's hit your time parameter. So for instance, if let's just assume you take a trade at 11:29 a.m. long Nasdaq, and you have it set to stop trading at 11:30. It will not take a trade at any further, but it will not arbitrarily close your trade. One of the functions that we are wanting to add to the robot is that you can put a time in there to kill your trades, right? So for instance, let's say you want to be flat at 4 o'clock or 3:30 or 3:45. You put in 3:45, whatever the case may be, and the robot will auto close everything you're in. But it will not just arbitrarily kill a trade. Yeah, Ninja does that, but it's not programmed into the bot yet. So we got one order flow trade on the books, guys. Good for 16 ticks. We got one bot trade in the books on a Monday morning. Good for about 20, maybe 40, 42 ticks. I can tell you. $41 ticks. It's good for 41 ticks. That's our running total, 41. I'm really starting to like, well, gold is coming down nicely. Steve, you got a nice trade. I'm really starting to like natural gas, guys, for bigger moves. We're getting into, I mean, it's even in the South, we're really cold. I don't think the dollar index is going very far. I think gold will probably try to work now down to VWAP. So what's really cold? Guys, we have yet another trade on a robot. It is also in gold. The 3-minute has now gone short. Different time frame. It's a continuation of the very small time frame, but the 3-minute is now short. What's really cold? We were 37 degrees this morning. Doesn't bother me. Hey, Greg. Good morning, Greg. Yeah, you know how they react to that in the South? They move further south. If the robot perform and you lost your internet or you lost your So the targets and stops on the robot are no different than they would be on the Dom. Same thing. Gold is holding small support here at 14.3. If that breaks, we'll get that first target. I'm not liking that support area at 14.3. Come on, pop it. Got small buyers in here, right at the support zone. Come on. We're losing buyers. Come on, sell it. Oh, 1 tick, 2 ticks. Come on, sell it. Couple. There you go. Another target hit, guys, on the bot. So again, this is a gold trade on a different time frame. This is a 3-minute trade on gold. So the bigger time frame went short. The biggest time frame that I trade is a 15-minute. That is still in longs. But the small 377 tick, we just hit VWAP. I would expect a bounce here. If we break below 12, this could get really hit. Now, this is not set to go break even +1. So I'm going to move this down manually. I don't have that setting activated on this chart. We're into a support zone here. All right. Gold will probably bounce to 14.8 and maybe 17.7 from here. 14.8 and 17.7. So 2 trades, both in gold. We're now up 940 on 2 trades. 940. And there's the bounce to 14.8. Come on, that's 7. There's 8. We got 8. 14.8 hit. If this could now bounce to 17.7 from guys, at 9 a.m., I will take a quick breakfast break. Anybody have any questions, fellas? We're coming up on 9 a.m., at which point I will take my breakfast break. 2 trades, 940. Now, the question is, what do you do? Let them run, turn them off? Depends on your daily goal. George, I like range bars for order flow trades. On the robots, I trade a combination of time base, tick base, Unirenko. So I have the bot set up on, a myriad of bars. For instance, here is silver. That's a Unirenko. I've shown you a 3-minute on gold and a 377 tick. Hey, Michael. So Michael is asking a question. What kind of account size do you need to trade the bots? That's going to be dependent on, so trading the robots would be no different than trading your own account. Or trading your account with a Dom, right? First off, who are you with? Not all clearing firms have the same margin, right? Ninja's Dorman is the lowest. Okay, so are you with Dorman or with Phillips? But so for instance, Dorman, okay, so you're older than that. Okay, so Dorman, for instance, you can trade the NASDAQ for $600 a contract. Phillips Capital is $4,400 a contract. So one, it's going to be predicated on who's your clearing firm and what is their margin. How many contracts are you trading and how many position you have less than 600? Where are you? I want to be there. I have a grandfather. My license is 10 years old. I can go anywhere. And then how many positions will you trade simultaneously? Right. So for now, at this point, we've seen one trade on at a time, right? Dorman is up to $1,000 a contract. Okay. Right now, I've had one trade per. We've only seen one trade. We saw a 377 tick trade on gold, and we then saw a 3-minute trade on gold, both shorts. But I don't have any of my. For instance, I'm going to turn crude on at this. I'm turning crude on. So my crude bot hasn't been on, and my indices are not on. So it's possible, if you were inclined, if you trade, let's just say, the YM, the NASDAQ, and the ES, theoretically, you could be in a trade, if you allowed it, you could be in a trade on every one of those simultaneously. How many simultaneous trades on average? I've seen 3. That would be across instruments, though. You're not going to get them on the same instrument. So for instance, you theoretically could. So for instance, I have a robot set, which I don't trade often. I have a robot set on a 15 range NASDAQ, right? This, if I let it, might take 20 trades a day. If I use the 5 and 10 range filters, that might take 20 trades a day. I won't let it. Will the bot work on different bar types? Yes, James, it does. So the robot I have currently, I'm using on Unirenko, tick charts, and time-based charts. Now I have changed the YM. I'm not a big YM guy, but I'm trading the YM on a 60-minute time frame. This does not take many trades, but they have been very profitable. I'm also trading the ES on a 15-minute bar, and this does not take many trades. It actually took a short at 8:15. You got your first target already. So, the ES doesn't take a ton of trades. I'm not a huge ES trader. I'd rather trade it on order flow for smaller trades. All right, guys, it's 9 o'clock. I am going to go quickly eat my breakfast, and I will be back ahead of the open. If you guys want, go stretch your legs. I'm mostly an NQ guy myself. You will see if I call, 40 trades this week, 30 of them will be in the NQ. Although I did give a natural gas trade this morning using order flow that did go to first target. but NASDAQ is kind of my bread and butter. Guys, I'm going to go quickly eat. I'll be back. 80 or 2,200. I mean, again, depending on your account and your account size, you surely can. But for smaller traders, I would think that you take the money and run. And for what it's worth, fellas, anybody that trades the micros, MNQ, MES, whatever the case may be, MGC, the bot works the same. So here's what I see on the NASDAQ. 07 area is probably support. If we blow through 23.5, we're probably going to 945. That would be in order. Now, again, for those of you that may have joined late, obviously I'm profiling, the robot, but I also offer order flow trades for those of you that may be interested. We've had one already today, and that was on natural gas. It's gone to target. The ES, I've got nothing. Support about, I don't like the ES look at the moment. I would like to see a pullback at least to 84. Natural gas is making another up move. I missed it when watching it. Here's natural gas. I could have been long at 96. I wasn't paying any attention. Getting a small pullback here ahead of the open, guys. Support comes in between here all the way down to 82 on the NASDAQ. Sean, no. How about 1230? $12.30. Okay. Just call me on Skype. All right, fellas. Under a minute. 40 seconds. We're off, guys. Here comes a pullback, 95 half. Only got 400 buyers right now in the NASDAQ. Sit tight. I have no obvious, obviously no bot trades, no 95 half yet. Come on, pull back. Just trying to hold this area. I think we're going to go here, fellas. 14 would be an entry on the move up on the NASDAQ. We're stuck. Typical NASDAQ sideways. Hey, Greg. Yeah, I have a target at 17.7 on GC. I got the same target, Greg. We're below VWAP. This was probably, if we're going to go, this is where NASDAQ should go in here. There are no buyers, but small sellers so far. A couple hundred net sellers in the opening candle. Nothing. ES, I've got squat. NASDAQ would be 14 if you want the up move. The down move, we came close to that 95, 95 half area, which I have as some support below that 88 quarter. I have ES is turning up on the 15-minute. Gold sold. I hear no news. There's nothing. Dollar index is getting a bounce. Because I don't even know how to really use him yet, Steve. I'm watching him. Once I figure it out, I surely will. Not yet. We're longs, fellas. I mean, I don't have us in shorts. We're longs. There we go. There we go. We came through 14 quarter. 15-minute is green. We're longs, guys. Comments on Brexit talks. Gold is rolling over on the 15-minute. If gold breaks below this 11.9, we could come all the way back down to 01. Yeah, I had a small entry at 14, but they're buying them, guys. It's longs. They're buying them. I mean, you've got 620 net buyers. I don't know why we're just sitting here. This is typical in NASDAQ, but I've got us longs, guys, 14 quarter. I wanted to pull back to 95. We didn't quite get there. 14 quarter was the up move. Where we're getting squelched based on order flow is the 20 period moving average on a 15-minute chart. That's it. But they're buying them. We're up to 750 net buyers. If it breaks out above 2350, NASDAQ's going to go. Never mind. Bye. Yeah, there it goes, guys. Above 2350, it's gone. 14 quarter was the entry on the up move. 15-minute bot is turning up. It's not ready to fire a trade yet, but it's turning up. There goes NASDAQ. Your target is 47. Anybody that's long. You have a 47 target. Is there anybody in the trade? You were in at 14. Okay, Brian. Yep. All right, John. For those of you guys that are here on trial, again, you've got, all right, Dirk, my members are in. Give it a bit of time. You guys will, get used to my order flow trades. I know you're here to see the bot. And when we get a bot trade again, the 15-minute on gold is setting up for a short. Pushing a little bit of resistance here at 34, 35. This is going to go, fellas. My target is 47.5. If you're not in it, don't jump in. If you didn't take it, you didn't take it. Nice job, Rich. The high probability NASDAQ is going to fire a trade here. Now, again, I would expect, this thing is just, I know where we're going. Probably on the next 15-minute candle, but we're going to 47.5. We could get up to 59 and 64 in the NASDAQ. What platform do you have, GU? What platform do you use now? IB. You would probably want Sierra Charts or Ninja. I mean, Robert, again, it depends on the time frame. But we've had draws that were, losing trades that were, if you left it on the bot, $2,000. If you didn't just close the trade. Here comes 47.5 area, fellas. 47.5. This is from that 14-quarter area entry. That was an order flow trade. Yeah, the bot is programmed for Sierra Charts and Ninja, George. Yes. 47.5, guys. That's your target. Robert, it's fully automated, so the robot will do that. If we can get another dang trade here. All right, so we have a trade here. Here, we have a trade. So this is the NASDAQ. This is on a higher probability chart. You're welcome, Magnus. We may get some draw here, but this is on a 3-minute NASDAQ robot with very specific settings. First target is identified by the robot at 64.50. Second target at 68.75. And then if, for aggressive traders, third target all the way out at 82.75. So we're just sitting. We should get to 47.5. That first target is out there a ways and it's made a strong up move. Next 15-minute candle, we still have 6 minutes. So again, for you guys that, maybe have smaller accounts, almost got to my target at 47.5, fellas. Not quite. We got to 46 maybe. Yeah, 45.75. You can take any of these trades off manually. Any of these trades can come off manually. ES is going to turn up at the close. Looks like at the close of this candle. Let me see if I got a place to get in here. Nope. If you're not in at 14-quarter, I have nothing yet on the NASDAQ. Gold is turning up or trying to. Got 1,500 net buyers, fellas. I told you they were accumulating it. I said it's buyers. Back at 9:35. Let it pull back. Let it do what it's going to do. That's a robot trade, Todd. The robot took a long at 9:37. I like it long at 9:06. If it comes down to 9:06, 9:07, 9:08, it would stop this trade out. But on order flow, that would be my long. I have no idea if it'll pull back there. $1,500 net buyers. I would not be inclined to want to take shorts, other than scalps. Got to get through that 38 again. There it is. I don't want my stop here, guys. I don't know why it's pulled all the way up there. It's not where I want it. Next 15-minute candle is what we need. 5 minutes, we've got a 3-minute, we've double top 45 quarter. Got to come through 45 quarter. My target was 47.5 from that 14 quarter. There we go. So my target's been hit on order flow. Next level up is about 59. If we get through, call it 60, we go to 65, which would get us to that target. I'm not sure I can get to that 64 half target. Those of you guys that are in it may want to take some risk off. Got 1,980 net buyers. I'm not looking for shorts, guys. Thank you, Don. ES, I have nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, we're going to get a pullback here in the NASDAQ. We're going to get a pullback. That's fine. I'm good with that. What do you mean? I don't understand the question, Jeff. No, I'm not looking at order flow on a 15-minute time frame. No. Mm-mm. I have a target on the ES. I don't have a place that I want to get in. I would have gotten in on the ES back around 88, 89. If it comes back there, I would buy that, but I don't have a place. I don't like this NASDAQ sitting like this. Yeah, so Steve, the bot doesn't use a typical stop, if you will. Okay. The robot is identifying stops and targets based on current market volatility. It's using ATR, average true range, to identify stops and targets. So there is no generic stop and generic target. They will be different at 9:30 in the morning than they will be at 1 o'clock in the afternoon if you're trading it. No, it's not, we're not using numbers that big. Two. Not. So this is probably where I want to get out of this trade if it doesn't bounce here. Guys, if NASDAQ pulls back to 07, that would be my entry. 07. You got 300 sellers in this bar. Hang on, fellas. Yeah, I can show the order flow. Let me. My trade is down here at VWAP. I will take an 07 NASDAQ long. I will be pending 08. May not even get there. Sylvan, good morning. Very good morning to you guys. I'm going to move this off the screen. We should go back to 31, 32 now. Come on, pop back up. Let's go. Still have 1,600 net buyers. I will buy 07, 08 based on order flow if it comes down there. Watch this area, guys. 07, 08, 06, 07, 08. Ah, you red dog. We broke from 14 quarter. We just came to 13 half. We're sitting on support on the 15-minute. I have no other bot trades. ES is trying to turn up on the 15-minute time frame. Here comes that entry. If you guys are interested, stop is 94. Monday. Natural gas is going to that final target I gave you earlier, not before pulling back. It's going to that 83, 783. Okay. There's your entry. Come on. All right. That's interesting. Come on, bounce. Let's go. Come on, NASDAQ. What are you doing? Still have 1,000 net buyers. Come on, pull back. Let's go. This is very un-NASDAQ like here. We just sold through a whole lot of support. I still am not interested in shorts. Here we go. Now we should go back to 07 now. You can, Scott. You can set it to take only longs or shorts. Yep. You can set it to take longs or shorts. Come on, get up there. Back to 07. Let's go. No, still isn't going to bounce. They're going to sell all these back. If you guys want to try a short, you can short 94. This is ridiculous. Not even going to get there. Still, decent net buyers. We're going back to VWAP, fellas. National Association of Home Builders Index. All right, guys. Here, we've got a short on GC on the 15-minute, guys. And the ES. Hang on 1 second, guys. I'm frozen. God dang it. There we go. No, we're not short there. We're short here. And here on gold. Yeah, I missed huge shorts. I'm not going to lie, but I'm trading Delta when I'm trading order flow. And when I see it, the Delta we had 2,000 net buyers, I'm not looking for shorts. We could come down to probably 849 and then maybe 807. There's 49. If we don't hold 49 area, we're coming to 807. This whole area is one big buy zone. We're now small negative delta. They've sold them all back. ES bounced off some minor support at 81. Now we're going up. 48 buyers, nothing. Nothing. Gold has 100 sellers. Sold everything back. Let me get rid of this. Slow and slow, fellas. Slow and slower. NASDAQ, you can sell 69.70, it looks like. Not even going to get there. Something about OPEC. I mean, we're basically parked. Nice job, Rick. Nice job. It didn't even get to 69 to sell. Got to 68. Well, the bot is short on the ES. First target filled on the bot on the ES. Gold is almost the first target. Dollar index has got bid. I think we're coming down to 807. First target on gold. If ES could come to 66.5. They sold them all back. It's only 500 contract negative delta. It's not much. We're just basically parked, fellas. NASDAQ's got to drop through 44. There it goes. ES on the bot, almost to that final target, 8.25 handles. A couple ticks shy. Come on. Couple ticks. There it is. Both targets filled. Yes. Yeah, Joseph, 2 ticks is the difference in data. That's all. No, you probably, if you took the settings out of the member area, then you have the correct settings. Sierra does not have a Unirenko, is true, but there is one Unirenko available. You would have to contact Gomi at Gomi Caters. He makes a Unirenko for Sierra charts. He's the only one. Here comes that 807 target, fellas. Our downside, if it doesn't hold here at 07, it comes down to 1792. The 60-minute on, I think gold could come all the way down to 02 if anybody is short gold on the bot. 02. Russian energy minister, something on oil demand. This NASDAQ cannot find footing yet. ES can get back to 74. Got your daily goal and logging out. All right, Ray. Manana. You guys want to try a small short, you can sell that 24 with a stop at 32. I don't like it, but no. I'm not interested in selling down here. I like the long still, fellas. We're going back to 49 now. Back to 49. Is where it should go back to, and then possibly back up to 907. This whole area is where I have for a long, from that 807 up, really down to 792. Got 700 buyers in this candle, this 3-minute candle that I'm watching. 700. We're down to 1,200 net sellers from 1922. All right. Platform Ninja with Dorman Trading. If you're new to Ninja, Greg, you have to use Ninja. And you have two options for clearing firms. One would be Dorman, the other would be Phillips. I don't know why Phillips Capital's margins are so stinking high. I just closed an account with Phillips. Their margins are just ridiculous. 4,400 for the NASDAQ. Dorman is 1,000. Got no other bot trades. I missed a huge silver trade. We have no other, currently we have no other bot trades. All right, out on the NASDAQ on the runner on the 15-minute. Come on. Here comes that 49. I like Dorman better than Phillips also. He's still working on it. Magnus. He's still working on it. Apparently, it's not an easy program. Another 200 buyers, guys. They're buying them back. Some resistance here at 850. Thank you, Donald. Bots are quiet, fellas, because we're in trends. Gold is finding some buyers down here at 1905, 6 area. It's back up to 10. We can go to 14.5. We're looking to turn up. on the small 377. Now, if you guys have made your day, you may not want to take this. We're going to trade back to VWAP. We're going back to VWAP. If NASDAQ comes down below 41 again, it could get hit again. There's that 49. The next level I have up on the NASDAQ is 61, and then 75, and then all the way up to 907. 61, 75, and 907. If anybody likes the longs. We're down to 800, under 800 sellers. They're buying them all back, guys. It's going to, you're going to sit with these trades. One of the things that I said earlier was that it does not have to be just a day trading robot, right? Some of you guys may be position or swing traders, and I'll let this thing take its sweet time like Ninja generally does, and I'll show you. Ninja, this has taken 3 trades this year on a daily basis. The bot. These moving averages that you see in here are mine. All they are is a 20 period, a 50 period, and a 100 period. That's not the bot's averages. I'm waiting for this damn thing to load, guys. Again, I have no idea why it takes so long to load on the daily basis. I mean, it's just utterly annoying. Utterly annoying. Completely annoying. Come on, rat bag, let's go. Well, this will load eventually, guys. This will load eventually. Oh, James, my computer is souped up. It's not, I don't know why. It could be the Z-score on the bottom, but let it sit here. I'll show you. I could build a new chart faster. I don't know why. That chart takes so dang long. Guys, ES is a long. ES is a long right here, 75, 75. No, seriously, I could build a new chart faster. It's still sitting. I'm leaving it. ES is a long. First target, 77 quarter. 75 half. This in ES in here. Come on, you rat dog. What I can do, if you guys want to see some bot trades, what I can do, I can show it to you on a small 15 range. You guys can see at least some trades. So let me take it off of the 1 and the 3 minute, because at the moment it's only going to take shorts. Right? It's only going to take short trades. So let me put it on the small time frame stuff. I'm not getting NASDAQ data now. Hang on, guys. I'm going to delete that damn chart, seriously. Are you kidding me? I'm not getting NASDAQ data. Well, let me see if I can get rid of that. There we go. Now I am. It was that chart. So this would have just taken a trade here, short. All targets hit. Yeah, that was today. I mean, it's just Jesus. 3,100 sellers now. So I'll leave it on the 5 and the 10 range. I'm going to leave it on the 5 and the 10 range. This will give a trade when it turns up. This is a real small 15 range, but it'll let you guys at least see the trades. I mean, I just don't have any trades today. Missed it. I mean, Pelosi gave, I don't think so either. I don't know why either side would give in, James, right? If Biden should win the election, you know that there's a stimulus package coming and it'll probably be enormous. And if Trump wins, there's going to be a stimulus package. What would, what would be the point of doing one now? I don't think either side has anything to gain. I think the Democrats have more to gain than the Republicans, but I could be wrong. Single day ever that the bots had was a little over 11,000. I think it was 11.3 or something like that. And then the best week we've ever had was over 25,000. Sorry, guys. I was on mute. Thank you, Greg. So I'm trading the pound on a 15-minute. Back on September 8th, we were over 12,000 in one day. Okay. Yeah, oil. I'm trading oil only on one chart, Michael, on a Unirenko. And I will tell you this. The problem with a Unirenko, as you guys may know, is it's a hollow candle, right? It's basically a fake candle. So I don't turn the Unirenko on until 9 o'clock. The Unirenko missed that long because of the construction of the candle itself. So it didn't take this trade, but it went to first target 18 ticks. So that's the only chart I'm trading oil on. There are others that we have in the member area. You can see all our time frames are red everywhere. But in any event, I'm trading the 6B on a 15-minute time frame, 6E on a 15-minute, ES on a 15-minute. I am not trading the ES on a 240, but you can see it's green on a 240. I am trading the ES on the Unirenko. I am not trading the FDAX. I am not trading the DAX. These are bots I have set up. Gold on a 15-minute, which is not going to give me a trade. I just shut that off. Gold on a 3-minute, which may go long, and gold on the 377. NQ on the 3-minute, 2 3-minute charts. This will not give me a trade. Silver on a Unirenko and YM on a 60-minute. Those are the charts that I am trading. Now, let me just show you this. Depending on your interest and what your goals are, this is the main website. If you go to the member area, in the member area, these are all the current charts and settings. So as I said earlier, you guys don't purchase a product and then figure it out, right? Well, what time frames? What moving averages? What this? What that? What are my secondary time filters, et cetera, et cetera? It's all been done. There's 19 charts in here. 19. I mean, and we could do 1,000 if you wanted to. Well, not 1,000. I'm being facetious, but what I'm saying is the work has already been done. So, again, depending on what your goals are, some of you may like the 15 range NASDAQ that I showed. Some of you guys may say, look, I'm only interested in 1 or 2 trades a day. I'm not interested in, taking 40 trades a week. I'm only interested in taking 6 trades a week. So could you spread it up for spread charts? You mean to trade options, spreads? I've never done it. So Michael, I don't know. If you tell me how to do it, I could do it. If you tell me what you want to see, send me an email and tell me what you need to see. I'll try. Yep, you can call me. Yeah, because I don't even know what that is. I've never done it. So that's a good question, Chris. So Chris is asking why futures instead of Forex? Because I've been trading futures for 10 years and I use the Ninja platform. But here is what I do have. Okay, so let me see if I can show it. All right, guys. So for my trials, right, I am done with bots, but I want to show you something. So we did 2202.50 today. Okay, that's our gross. Not many trades, but you can see the YM on the 60-minute is going to sell. Now that won't sell till noon. My bots are off. I'm done. If they were on, you'd see this. Okay, they're off. They are off. So $2,200, not great, but that's the problem with trend days. Trump. People are tired from hearing from Dr. Fauci. Yeah, it's not bad, but the problem, James, is when we get into these damn trend days, one direction or the other, we don't, ideally for us, for the bots, like for instance, here is the euro. Look at this long, but it's at 4 o'clock this morning. I mean, this is a mile trade. Can't get in it unless I get pullback somewhere. Same thing with the pound, which we don't generally get a ton of 6B trades. 6C trades a little better. But look at this 6B trade. I mean, this thing went long at 2 a.m. No way to get in. The ES has basically been in shorts since we came in, as has the NASDAQ. But let me just look at something on the NASDAQ here, guys. I still like NASDAQ long. Let this son of a gun pull back all at once. Even gold and silver, again, nothing. Nah, NASDAQ, not yet. If the NASDAQ would have to come up through about 36. I can, George. I can. So George is asking, why don't I start the Euro trade with the London Open at 3 a.m.? I can, but as I said earlier, if you all came into this room on a trial and I showed you my robots and I said, okay, fellas, I started trading at 3 o'clock this morning. My robots turned on. Jesus, look at this sell. This is the closing of Europe, guys. And I came in and said, okay, the robots are up $3,000. You'd be like, so what? Who cares? Right. You guys be like, who cares? We didn't see any of those trades. I mean, I could show them to you on a bot. Yeah, I like 61. I like the long here again, fellas. I just want to get rid of Europe, Steve. I don't want to be involved until Europe is done. This is the last 10 minutes of the BS. So I can show you. So for instance, do you live in the UK, George? You live in Houston. Okay. Nice city. All right, guys. So if I go back to 3 o'clock in the morning, here's today. All right. So this is the ES on the Unirenko. Let me just go over a few things, guys, right? It would have taken this long. I mean, this was Friday. Would have taken this long at whatever 2100 hours is. 10 o'clock at night, whatever it is. 9 o'clock at night. Anybody here a military guy or gal? What's 2100 hours? 9 p.m. Okay. So last night at 9 p.m., thank you, fellas, the NASDAQ took a long on the robot and got targets. 3.5 and 8 handles. This morning at 10, it took the short, got targets. Right now, that's on the Unirenko. That's not a big Unirenko. But if you traded it, let's say on a 15-minute, let's just look at what we could have done. That was the ES, Brian. Yeah. Here's the ES on the 15-minute. So there would be no trade at 3 o'clock. You may have had a trade at 2100 hours as well on the 15-minute. I can see by looking at it. So this purple area, fellas, is basically a do not trade time. I have the time setting to turn on at 6 a.m. or not trade before 6 a.m. Eastern. That's what this purple area is. But again, when I turned my computer on this morning, I turned all my bots off. Again, I wanted to come into the session and, allow you guys to see all the trades, which I'll do all week. I'm not going to come into any session, green. Now here on the Euro and on the pound, we would have had great trades, 3:45 and 2 a.m. just ahead of the open. So we're getting a little bounce back, it looks like, in the dollar index. And we're starting to get a rollover on the pound. I will not take this trade, but the pound is starting to roll. But you would have had, on the currencies, you'd have had two great trades, right? So let's look at a few other things. The YM, I trade on an hourly time frame. There is nothing at 3 a.m. The YM went long at 1700, which was the open yesterday. Pulls back, but does not pull into our trailing stop, and then gets all targets. This is an hourly. Now it's starting to short now. It looks like we're going to roll over. I mean, the hourlies, they may give you some back and forth and pull, but that trend is usually very, very good. That 61 was a great trade. If I look at the NASDAQ, let's take a look at NASDAQ at 3 a.m. That's YM, Brian. So that's 6 o'clock. So here is the opening here is your open, October 19th. That's midnight. There's your 3 o'clock open, 3 a.m. open, George, on the NASDAQ. You got a long 7, 18 and 3/4 points, and then doesn't get to third target. That's your open. Silver also trades very well. Now, let me say this. Even though we did 2,200, if you guys trade silver, I did not get that trade at 938 on the Unirenko, but we got first target. That's a huge trade. That's over $1,000 trade. This trade here from 143 in the morning on silver, that is a staggering trade. That's well over 3,000. Monster trade on the Unirenko. So that would have been another, winner for Europe. Gold, if I look at gold, $2,300 hours. So 11 o'clock at night, gold went long, and you got, targets and then some. So the bot does not have, listen, there's a couple of things. The robot can be traded any time of day. Obviously trades best when there's, Trump said he'll start doing 3 campaign rallies a day. It can be traded on any time frame. You could trade it on a 1 minute. I don't recommend it, but you could trade it on a 1 minute. You could trade it on a 1 day and everywhere in between. You can, again, the best times to trade are with some volatility, not at 8 o'clock at night or 7 o'clock at night. Other than NASDAQ, nothing really moves. I know I have traders that are using it at 6 p.m. Globex open. Boy, that's a hell of a trade there, Steve. Nice job, buddy. Yes, it trades on range bars, Michael. Yep. I use it on a 15 range. We actually have great success on another range, which is a 20 range on the NASDAQ. I stopped using it, but so guys would say, well, why'd you stop using it? I have 6 screens and I've got roughly 40 charts. So at some point I have to say, well, something's got to go. What trade's the best for me? What makes it, I don't want to use the word easy, but how do I run a room setting and try to teach and explain while I'm, trading? So I whittle things down to what I like, what makes it easy for me to trade. Okay, Michael, 12 o'clock noon, be on Skype. So for those of you guys that sat here for the first day, I want to thank you. We are basically wrapping it up. Remember something, guys. With a robotic system, you do not need 100 different charts to make money. Right? I mean, I know I have members that are trying to run 20 and 30 charts with the robot. I don't know many people, myself included, see you tomorrow, Chris, that can trade 20 or 30 charts effectively. Right? So, like I say, today, look, Sam, I have done that vis-a-vis testing for a long time. Individual instruments, keeping totals, track of daily totals, track of weekly totals. In fact, I'll show you guys something. Hang on one second. So this is last week. These were last week's totals. Okay? Last week, the NASDAQ 3-minute did for the week 2135. That was our weekly total. The high probability did 3615. Now it lost money today. It was up 6 or 7, 800. It lost money. Now I could have prevented that from losing money, right, by moving my stop or closing the trade. But today it lost money. The 15 range NASDAQ last week, I traded it very little, did 765. MNQ, which I don't have a chart for anymore because it's just of no interest to me, did $57 for the week. I have no interest in that. 6E lost $56 for the week. The ES on the 15-minute took one trade all week. Last week took one trade, 287.50. ES on the Unirenko, 337.50. Gold on the 3-minute did $4,530 for the week. Gold on the small 377 tick did 1610, and on the 15-minute did 570. Silver did 275 plus. YM on the hourly did 550. Unirenko, no trades on the YM. Crude on the Unirenko, no trades. And the 6B, that can't be right. It did not do 4,000. I would say that's the number it did. 593.75. So on Thursday, I haven't added Friday's numbers in yet. On Thursday, we did $7,000 for the day. So when I say the bots did $2,200 today, it's kind of pedestrian. I mean, it's an average day. It's not a terrible day. It's not a great day. But for the week, the bots were up 15 grand last week. So we'll see what we get this week.